Welcome, finally, my friend Lauren, to the Life Stylist podcast. So I want to get into your history because you are just a fascinating person. I was just like, this girl is special. You got something very unique going on. So as we get into the fashion piece, what is your first fashion memory as a little girl?
Me with my grandmother, because she's the one who taught me how to sew, and I really she kind of introduced me to my love of fashion. That and the Wizard of Oz, because those shoes were tight. So that's always been like, oh yeah, that's my earliest memory, Wizard of Oz and the shoes. But it's really like my grandmother, because I would go over to her house and spend the day there while my mom did mom stuff, I don't know. And my grandma would pull out like a big bag of fabric. So I would be just obsessed with this fabric, and I would make clothes for my Barbies, and then she taught me how to make clothes for myself. So every time I went to her house, it would always be like, yes, I get to get in there with that fabric. So that's kind of I had that connection with her and with fashion so early. I mean, I was probably 5 years old. I mean, I feel like I'm a just perpetual non-fitter inner. I distinctly remember in high school, all the different zones. You know, it's the goth kids hang out here, and the popular jocks and cheerleaders hang out here, and then the weird drama kids are here. And I always had an interest in so many different things. So I was in the drama club. True story, I performed a play about the Challenger spaceship in front of George W. Bush Sr.
Are you serious?
Yeah, in the 8th grade. And then there came to be a point where I was making a lot of my clothes, customizing clothes. I'd have my cheerleading outfit on with hot pink and black striped tights, because I didn't fit. So I was I may as well look like I don't fit. But everyone still kind of liked me because I'm funny and a little weird, you know? So it was just always this kind of identity crisis. But style is the constant. You know, I went to school for fashion, and I was going to be a designer, and I graduated. I was yeah, that's not going to, no. The salaries were too low. So you spend 4 years in college sewing, drawing, and they're go out with your degree, it's your golden ticket. And it's whoa, what is happening here? I don't get to go to college to fame. I mean, I really thought that. So I worked at a freaking preschool on a farm where I had to teach preschool and teach kids how to milk cows. And I designed the camp t-shirts because I was I gotta do something fashionable. And then I worked in an office job, and I was so bored being an assistant that I started my own website where I gave fashion advice. And then that caught the attention of some executives working there, and they flew me out to LA to join a startup that had to do with action sports. But I was can I write about the clothes? Or all right, just get your job done. You can write about clothes if that's what you want. So just with everything, I'm there's gotta be style, there's gotta be style, there's gotta be something more. Yeah, I was lost, you know. I knew that I had to do something in fashion. It wasn't an option not to. Yeah, I saw Rachel Zoe Project. I was this is a job? And I'd worked retail, putting clothes on people and seeing how much they would transform. That's why I started my website, where I would give people fashion advice.
At what point did you decide celebrity styling wasn't your thing and that you wanted to be into personal styling, and why?
Well, I remember my first official styling job with you. It was a music video. We were on set for 12 to 14 hours or something, and I was what? But, you know, I didn't let it deter me, but it was definitely a hit of this isn't as badass as I thought it was. Even though I'm on TV and things like that, I'm introverted. I don't really connect easily with people.
Yeah. So
I don't really feel comfortable with praise or talking about myself. So I don't really get anything out of that. It's more of this is a way to send my message of style. So the whole celebrity thing, it just didn't jive with me. I'm
how did you get into personal styling, and what's the difference?
So we had taught a corporate class. One of the attendees of that event was oh man, I wish I was a celebrity, because then you could be my stylist. And I was So I just took the same model that I had learned, you know, working with you on celebrities, and I was like, I'll just apply this to a normal person and kind of give them the star treatment. So I was like, she called, and I did the whole system with her, and it was a really special moment because I saw like the lights turn on, you know, it's just, because clothing is just, it's an expression of you. Like you look at someone and you're going to have an idea, and it's picked up. It's not like people do it on purpose. So even when we had just started working together and I took more of like an active like business partner role in the company, I remember like going to business meetings and not really being noticed, or being noticed as your assistant. You know, being in my 30s running this business with you that's becoming very successful, of not looking the part. And it ties, like, not only to not looking the part, but me not understanding how far I've come and not recognizing my success and the past that I've left behind. Like, I was still hanging on to a lot of guilt from the past and scarcity mentality of being able to buy new things, wanting so badly to be different, and not like, I don't want to dress serious. Like, no, I'm like trying to do some serious shit with this business. And once I shifted my wardrobe, I mean, we had like great financial success with the business. Things just started moving. So I'm like, shit, this is like an actual needle mover. The way that you look is going to inform the way that you feel. You know, the way that you feel is going to inform the way that you look, but you can trick your feelings with what you're putting on your body.
To get dressed and be like, damn, I am the shit inside. I'm developing that self-worth, that self-love, and now my outside costume, in a sense, is just an accentuation, or maybe rather an extension of finding my true identity.
Like, most people don't know what they're getting themselves into when they start interacting with my brand. I go through like all the style roadblocks, like all the bullshit that you've told yourself that's like holding you back from like actually making a change, tapping into your goals, like personally, professionally, romantically, getting clear on like where you'd actually want to go in life. And then style just becomes a tool of how to get there.
How would you summarize your mission right now? Like, what's inspiring you? What do you want to do for people that take your courses and all of that?
Yeah, my mission, and it's been my mission, and it's always on the forefront of my mind, is I want to change the way that women get dressed. Fundamentally change the relationship with clothing and how women think about fashion and getting dressed in the morning, you know? That's my main mission, to take out the BS, you know, take out the superficial, take out all of that, and just really get inside. So years ago, I had this idea sitting at my vanity. I was like, I want to like teach people how to get dressed. I want to actually figure out the science behind getting dressed and teach people how to do it. And I want to help millions, and I can't take a million people shopping. I can't have a million fittings at my house. So the idea behind Personal Style University is taking that formula that I've created for all of my in-person clients and putting it into a format where someone could essentially style themselves. So to be able to teach someone how to do that when their life evolves to the next chapter, it's like, okay, it's time to like fix the suit that we're going to go out and do this next part of our life in. So it's like, pick an area of your life. Let's get your career looks in order. All right, nailed it. Let's move on to your dating wardrobe. I fully believe I was put on this earth to deliver this message and to change the way that women get dressed. I'm like, I'm not wasting any fucking time. This is what I'm doing. So now I've been waking up at 5 a.m. So I do the, you know, this breathing stuff, and then 3 things that I'm grateful for, and then the whole energy thing, and then 3 goals that I have, and like visualizing them actually happening.
Check out your stuff, laurenmessiah.com, Lauren Messiah on Instagram. Follow her, and the dudes in the audience can look forward to the next chapter, which includes the homies.
Yes, and that is my real last name. People have been messaging me thinking I made up my last name.
No, you have the dopest last name ever.
It's like, it's really my last name. So
we
anyways,
scored.
yeah.
We're awesome. All right.
Cool.
Peace out, you guys.
Thanks.